Welcome to Whispers of Resilience, our MS Stories podcast, where Justine Martin, the Queen of Resilience, sits down with each incredible author featured in this highly anticipated anthology. In this captivating series, we delve into the depths of each author's chapter, exploring the hows and whys behind their desire to share their experiences with multiple sclerosis. Prepare to be inspired as these courageous souls recount their triumphs, their challenges, and the resilience that fuels their spirits.
Welcome back, listeners, to Whispers of Resilience, our MS Stories. I've got with me one of the authors who we actually collaborate on other projects and run another podcast together called MS Unmasked. And Allyson has written an amazing chapter on her journey in our book, and we're going to talk about it today. So, Allyson, what inspired you to write your chapter?
Look, I guess I just have a story that's just a little bit different than some of the other authors in the book. So, I sort of started off on lots of medication, went down the traditional route, still getting relapse after relapse, and obviously that leads to disability kind of thing. Yep. And I sort of hit rock bottom, and then I was like, I feel like I've got to do something else. This isn't working. And kind of led me down the path of looking at food as medicine. And I've had amazing results kind of since then. So I just wanted to sort of try to inspire people to maybe look at it a little bit differently, maybe try something else if things aren't working, which is not everybody's experience, obviously. A lot of us take the mainstream approach.
Advocating for people to come off their meds, you're advocating for people to try a holistic approach and look at food as the first thing that we should be all looking at is at a cellular level. We are what we eat, the fuel that we put into our bodies, and working on that as well as whatever your doctors have prescribed for you. Is that right?
Absolutely. And, let's face it, everybody can benefit from healthy eating. Like, it's not just people with MS. It's like everybody can actually do it. And until I really sort of thought about it and adopted it and got amazing results, to do with my MS, I was like, oh my God, there's something to this healthy eating thing that I just never thought about before. So, maybe people are being in a similar boat where they're getting relapse after relapse and they're like, oh, the medication's just not quite working. Try something else, try this path because it can get amazing results. As I've sort of experienced myself and clients, it's just been an amazing kind of journey. So just getting people to think about things a little bit differently, and maybe that there's, maybe another thing that you can add into your toolkit of things that can actually help you live a better life, and restore your health. So that's pretty much why.
Toolkit when you've got a disability, or even in your own, life, if you are healthy and you are listening to this, or, you're a support worker or someone who's caring for someone with MS, do the meal change with them. And it's not a diet, it's a whole lifestyle change on this. And you can't go wrong. People ask me all the time, oh, how do you do so much? How do you have so much energy? And it's because my blood sugars are balanced. I'm watching what I'm eating, and it flows on from there.
Yeah, because we can get caught in trap these days where it's kind of like 80% of our supermarket shelves are lined with these kind of inflammatory foods, and we just don't think anything of it. We just grab a pack of
outside shop. I walk around the outside of the supermarket, and very rarely do I go down the aisles. I'll go down the aisle.
That's where the fresher produce is, right? That's where the real stuff is, rather than that sort of pseudo food that's in packets in the middle. So yeah, doing the outside shop, it's one step closer to a happier and healthier you.
I walk down the aisle of the a shampoo, conditioner, and the cleaning products. That's it in the centre aisle. The rest is shop on the outside.
I loved something that Dr. Mark Hyman said once. He goes, there's a health food aisle at the supermarket. So if that's health food, then what's everything else? You kind of go, oh, I didn't really think about that. Obviously, if that's the health food section.
That health food aisle isn't health food either.
Well, it's a better step, right? So sometimes it's not about going like 100% perfect all the time versus not at all. It's kind of like that middle ground. Like, this is a better option. It's a better option.
It's amazing how that's just a very small section in the supermarket to what the whole aisle or the whole supermarket actually is.
It is, and it's eye-opening when you really think about it like that as well. Yep.
So let's talk about your chapter in writing it. How was the process for you?
Look, it was interesting actually, because you sort of just start writing. You just start writing and then things come out. So I didn't have necessarily an intention to write about specific kind of things, but when I did start reflecting on some of the, I would say, traumas, that I've had in the past, when I was really unwell, it kind of brought up a lot of feelings that I was like, oh my God, that was so traumatic back at the time. So, it was an interesting process to actually reflect on those moments, because they really impact you in a big way, especially when it's been kind of a traumatic kind of experience, which is what I tried to reflect upon, some of my most, the worst moments that I've had during my my condition. So yeah, it was an interesting process to kind of go, oh wow, I remember those days.
And how did you find the whole writing group and that the community that we built?
Yeah, amazing. Like, how amazing was it? We'd catch up every week, sometimes a couple of times a week, and you'd sort of be talking about where you're at in the process, and somebody would pipe up and be like, oh, here's a suggestion that you might be able to take on board, and the support, and just such a great little group of people that actually helped each other to develop their chapters together. And if they had questions, somebody gave a suggestion that was really, really helpful. So it was amazing. It's an amazing little group that you got together, and I'm so proud to be part of it. It was a really great experience.
I'm so happy that you were part of the whole process. Now, and I mean, you've made friendships and connections and everything from that group as well. Now, you haven't read any of the other chapters yet.
True.
Yeah.
But, in the writing groups, we talked a little bit about some of people's stories. And already I'm like, I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to hear about this person's story, because some of them are amazing.
And by the time that this goes live, obviously people are either watching us on the vlogcast or listening to us on the podcast. You will have read that book. So I can't wait for all the authors, the whole 25 other authors that are in the book, for them all to get their hot little hands on a copy and read them. Now, the reason why I didn't let you all read each other's chapters was because I didn't want you comparing each other. And someone saying, oh, their disability is higher than my disability, and I didn't want that in there. So it was to keep you all separate and to walk your own path with that. And that is with us with MS as well, is that we all have our own path that we're walking, although we have this common thread that goes back through there. So
absolutely. And I think the range of people and experiences that you got in this book, you're talking about people that are sort of, relatively newly diagnosed with not many symptoms versus people that are wheelchair bound, and everything in the middle, which represents the entire MS community, which is exactly what we want. We want to be able to reach out to everybody and say, we get it. We understand you, because we've all kind of had one of these experiences.
We know what you're going through. You're not alone.
Yeah.
We understand. And as hard as it may be, we are there for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's a tough road. It's scary. Sometimes the uncertainty of this journey, the MS journey, and, are you going to wake up with like debilitating brain fog or leg dysfunction or, whatever the next day? I mean, that's scary. That's really scary.
Anyone. So, that can happen regardless if you have MS or not. Something can happen in the blink of an eye and your world changes. I think those of us that are diagnosed with, incurable disease, we value time a lot more. And when our body's working, we definitely make hay when the sun shines, as my aunt says. Now, your chapter, Allyson, you submitted quite early. You were one of the first. I think you were the first to finish, weren't you?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and then it went back for a re-edit. We spoke about a few things, and a few things were changed in that book. Is there something now on reflection that you'd wish that you'd written in your chapter but you didn't include it?
I don't know that I had the room. Like, we're talking about, for me, it's like 18 years last week, or this week just gone, 18 years.
The anniversary.
That's right. But, there's so much that I've experienced in that time, so many learnings, so many, times where I had to go into hospital for treatments and, this happened and that happened. And, there's a million different stories. So there are a million different things that I could have written in this chapter. But I picked out a couple of sort of just the key moments that I remembered that were incredibly significant to me. But, stay tuned because I might just write another a memoir or, a bio or something like that.
I'm going to hold you to that one.
Yeah.
Now, we're doing a project that we're hoping to launch on World MS Day on the 30th of May next year. Now, we're not going to tell you what it is because we don't want to give anyone else a jump on it and they create it before we do. But we're a bit excited about that, aren't we, Elle?
It is very, very exciting. I think it's going to be a really great resource for people, particularly, newly diagnosed or support workers and people that can actually just provide that sort of extra help. So I'm excited about it as well. Not too much to say right now, but stay tuned.
We want to take, I suppose, the guesswork, the fumbling, the where do I go, what do I do out of being newly diagnosed, or even those that are actually been diagnosed for a period of time that still don't know what resources are out there for those of us with MS and what they could be doing, not what they should be doing, but what they could be doing. So hang out for that one. And our MS Unmasked podcast, that is available on all major downloadable platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. I think it's on about 12 or so.
Yeah.
Different platforms, as well as we have a vlogcast as well for that one. So you can see Allyson and I chat each and every week about a certain topic that comes to mind, what we're living through, and we also answer questions from the community. So not just the MS community. You might be someone who is a carer for someone with MS and you'd like to know some answers. So just write into us and it'll be in the show notes, my contact details, and you can write in a question. We love going through questions, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if it's just a little bit of help that somebody on the other end might be like, oh my God, that's amazing. That was gold. That really helped me. Like, that's totally worth it. So I love answering some people's questions and queries just to be able to help, just to give back, right?
Yeah, me too. Now, if you are interested in purchasing your own copy of Whispers of Resilience, our MS stories, you can purchase that on resiliencemindset.com.au, or you can go onto all the major platforms, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and purchase it through there. And we'll also have a link in the show notes to purchase your own copy. Or you might like to purchase a couple of different copies and you know someone that's got MS or a couple of people, it'd make a fantastic Christmas present or birthday present or just a gift to them. So, Allyson, what would some words of advice be to someone that was newly diagnosed?
Newly diagnosed, listen, do your research, just read stuff, listen to things, like just have a bit of an open mind about, the possibility of things being different to just the mainstream treatments, like just go on medications straight away. There are other things that can actually support your journey as well. So definitely reach out to people that, can help you on your journey, because the resources are out there. You just have to kind of find them and be willing to kind of search for them. So definitely reach out. And obviously my sort of lasting words would be to aim high, follow your dreams, and never give up on yourself.
Yeah. What about someone that's been diagnosed for a little while?
Look, I think it's the same kind of thing. Like when you do what I did and you hit rock bottom with your health and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. All I'm doing is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I don't know where to from here. That was my worst fear, was just sitting on my couch, just going, this is it. This is as good as my life is ever going to be, crippled with brain fog and fatigue and just blah. Just look outside the box and start to, go and read this Whispers of Resilience book. There's information in here which can actually inspire you to go, wow, if that worked for somebody else, maybe I'll give it a try. Sometimes it's a simple solution that maybe you just haven't thought of, haven't explored. So just be open to
resonate.
Yeah.
resonate with you. Guarantee you, I will guarantee in this book that something will resonate with every single person that reads it, regardless if you have MS or not.
That's right. And whether it's from my chapter, whether it's from your chapter, whether it's from any of the other chapters, there will be little gems of information that you'll go, oh my God, yes, that's what I'm feeling, or that's what I can try. It's amazing what you can actually glean out of this information. So definitely just be open to trying something new, because sometimes that road, although, you know, I was in complete sort of denial and didn't want to go down this path, but I don't look back now. It's the best thing I've ever done. So yeah, sometimes trying something different can give you remarkable results.
Yeah, that's right. Most definitely. And, you know, sometimes things don't happen straight away. You've got to give it some time to develop through there. So, Allyson, let's give your business a bit of a plug.
So I, because of my own experience, I now help other people with MS and autoimmune disease and chronic illness to transition to eating a clean diet, an anti-inflammatory diet, which helps to reduce that inflammation down in your body, which obviously we know that MS is an inflammatory condition. So this actually helps you to adopt the anti-inflammatory lifestyle that's needed to kind of settle some of these symptoms down so that you can live, you know, your best possible life. Now, some people do it in conjunction with medications. It's not saying like get off the medications completely and just eat healthy. This is about supporting your overall health and well-being and teaching you some of the tips and tricks, giving you coaching along the way just to make sure that you stick to it. Because guess what? Changing your diet's pretty hard, right?
That's right. So it's the accountability of it, having someone there that you can be accountable to and ask questions to as well.
Absolutely. That's right. I get so many like just messenger messages going, I'm thinking about buying this product. Is this okay? Or, you know, I'm falling off the wagon a bit. Can we have a chat? You know, I'm looking at these donuts and going, oh, I really want these. What do I do? Yeah, there's a lot of people's experiences that can be helped through just by talking it through with someone.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I mean, we bounce off each other all the time, stuff about food, talking about food continuously. So what's next for Allyson?
Oh, so many things, right? Look, I'm going to be starting to do some more speaking gigs. We're obviously doing our new book next year. There's a lot of stuff coming up, but, you know, one small step at a time. One small step at a time.
Yes. We've got another big project that we're working on as well.
Indeed.
Hopefully that comes off by the end of next year. So lots of things. So you don't sit still.
No, I've always got something kind of happening or something in the pipe works. But, you know, I think having the sort of healthy diet gives me the energy to be able to do that stuff. You know, you would be the same, obviously, running 7 businesses, you crazy woman. You know, you need your energy as well. So keeping up that healthy diet means that you can be doing that and helping other people. Like, you know, you get the energy to be able to help other people as well, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. You've got to have the good nutrition in there so you do have that energy. I don't get that 3 o'clock lull. I never get that 3 o'clock crash and burn.
Which is why, you know, your blood sugar is stable, you know, pretty stable. So you're just getting that gentle kind of hit rather than like the big spike of blood sugar that, you know, wreaks havoc on your system, that then you go, oh my God, it's 3 o'clock. I really need sugar or, you know, donut or something like that.
Again, because you've had that sugar.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And when you sort of know some of these tricks and tips, then, you know, you can get to a stage where you do just stabilize and, you know, life becomes a lot easier. It might be hard to begin with, the dietary changes, but it does get a lot easier. And yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So if you had to give someone advice if they wanted to write their own book, what would you do? What would you say?
I would say contact Justine Martin, because she runs amazing writing groups and, you know, supports you along all of the journey with the publishing, with Morpheus Publishing. You know, you can get things out there. You can actually be supported along the journey, because it's not that easy. You know, some people are writers, some people are not, and some people are in between and they sort of need a little bit of guidance and coaching and help. And you're amazing at just getting people from where they start to where they finish. And you've been amazing in terms of the level of support. So some people have needed a lot of support. Some people have needed very little, but you've been there to give everyone whatever they need, which is amazing.
Thank Thanks, Allyson. Andrew's just walking past. He's my writing coach. So for those that don't know and who are listening, I'm actually recording this in Bali, and I'm on an author's retreat at the moment, and it's been amazing. It's been mind-blowing being here, and I've got one of my fellow authors sitting next to me here, Fee, and she's listening as well. So it's been such an amazing event to be a part of this as well. And we didn't catch up due to me having a migraine before I left on Friday. So that's why I'm now recording, and there may be a little bit of background noise and some people coming in and out, because it's really hard to find somewhere here in Paradise that's quiet at the moment, because there's so many of us. There's 20 of us here. From that. But thank you for your kind words, Allyson, on the process. And, it has been such an honour to put everyone's chapters together. You guys did the hard work. You did all the writing. You just listened to the guidance that I put through, but you guys put all that hard work behind the book. And some of the other podcasts that I've recorded, we were saying, wouldn't it be wonderful that this book becomes a history book? That one day there is no more MS in this world, and that people will pick up this book and read it and go, this is what day-to-day life used to be with people living with MS, because they don't have anyone left in society that has that. So we are making history. Now, again, if you'd like to purchase Whispers of Resilience, please go to resiliencemindset.com.au and you can purchase it through there on all the major platforms. So have you got any parting words of wisdom, Elle? I'm sure you have.
Oh, look, I think just we get it. We understand. Please stay with it. And just keep trying, whatever it is, to just get yourself to that next level of health. Because, I know it feels lonely when we're down in the dumps and we're like, we don't know what else to do. But there is hope. So please reach out, to somebody like myself or Justine, because there is hope. We just need to kind of keep trying new things. But we totally understand, and we wish you all the best in terms of your health and wellness. Please keep going.
I couldn't have said that better myself, Allyson. Now, if you're sitting out there and you're listening to this and thinking, oh, I'd like to write a book, or I'd like to contribute into a book similar to what we've put together, then please get in contact with me at hello@justinemartin.com.au. We are going to do a volume 2 of this. So if you are an MSer and want to share your story to help others, then definitely get in contact. And you're supported, as Allyson said, all the way through with the writing classes. We don't just say, here, you've got to go and write 3,000 words, come back in 6 weeks when you've got it all together. We don't do that. We support you every step of the journey along the way. Or if you want to write a whole memoir, maybe now's the time. Get in contact with me and we definitely go through all of that. So thanks for today, Allyson, for being on our little podcast. It is a sub-season of Resilience Mindset podcast. Anything else you'd like to say, contribute, put in there?
Just to say thank you so much for being the one to drive this project, because it's so important to be able to give people this information to know that they're not alone. And thanks for being the driving force and being the publisher. Morpheus Publishing is amazing. You're amazing. And thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to try to help somebody else.
You're welcome, Allyson. And everyone else, until next time, you stay healthy.
Are you ready to be inspired? Get ready for the book that will touch your heart and ignite your spirit. Whispers of Resilience, Personal Stories of Living with MS is now available for purchase. Have you ever wanted to peek into the lives of individuals who have triumphed over adversity? Look no further. This highly anticipated anthology brings together a group of exceptionally talented authors, all living with multiple sclerosis, who share their personal journeys with unyielding honesty and vulnerability. At www.resiliencemindset.com.au, you can now secure your copy of this remarkable book that captures the essence of resilience, hope, and the power of the human spirit. Dive into the stories that will captivate your imagination and open your heart to the triumphs and challenges faced by these courageous individuals. With each turn of the page, you'll witness the unbreakable spirit of these authors, as they navigate the unpredictable terrain of MS. Their words will inspire you, uplift you, and remind you of the incredible strength that lies within. Visit www.resiliencemindset.com.au now and embark on a transformative journey through the pages of Whispers of Resilience. Get your copy today.